Execution of Justice is a really solid film. This was released in 1999. It's directed by Leon Ichaso, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, apologies if not. Written by Michael Butler with a play by Emily Mann, and we have a cast including Tyne Daly, Peter Coyote and various others. And it's actually because of Tyne Daly that I became aware of this, but then I read the description on Letterboxd and thought it sounded really interesting. It's probably a film I would have watched anyway had I found it randomly, and the description from Letterboxd is as follows. The true story of the assassination of San Francisco Mayor George Moscone and City Supervisor Harvey Milk on November 27, 1978. My knowledge of that was quite limited, but I'd certainly heard of it. I'm aware of the individuals, and that's really why I wanted to prioritise this, because I wanted to learn more. I took everything with a pinch of salt. If you're aware of anything that might not be fully accurate, by all means do let me know, but assuming everything's accurate or pretty accurate, I certainly learned a lot. It is a very, very strong film. I think the storytelling is very impressive. The editing is really good. The performances are brilliant. I'm not sure how the characters are written in terms of being based on the true individuals. Again, I'm vaguely aware of Harvey Milk and George Moscone, Harvey Milk more so, but the characters really were brought to life. They were very believable, very realistic. The performances were really, really captivating. And that definitely made me more curious to learn more. I want to do additional reading about this. If there are any other films, which is definitely the case, then I would be looking to check those out. And that for me is a really good sign of a biopic or a film based on true events. If it excites you and makes you want to learn more, it's really hooked you in. And I think it's done a really, really good job of that. Again, took it all with a pinch of salt, but it was a really immersive experience. There were a lot of takeaways with this one, and I found the storytelling to be really, really engaging. The editing is great, the camera work and lighting and locations are brilliant, the costumes look really good, the music and use of sound are fantastic. From my perspective, it's a very strong film. It's also not very dry, and this kind of topic could have been dry, but I think they delivered it in a way that was engaging, entertaining for the right reasons, thought-provoking for the right reasons, and certainly, as I said, with some really captivating performances. It's a solid film, and I'd love to know what you think of it, particularly if you're an expert on this time in history. But from my perspective, I found it to be really delivering everything that I hoped for. I thought Execution of Justice was a solid film. I'm glad I had a reason to watch it, and needless to say, from my perspective, I'm certainly happy to recommend it.